All right, ladies and gentlemen, and hello. Welcome to the very last final installment. Yeah, you can barely see Darth and R2-D2 there, kind of sort of barely. But anyway, so we have come a long, long way. We are now on the very last day of our Advent calendar, day number 24. So far, it's been a pretty good, interesting journey. Just for what it's worth, I was having this discussion with a couple of lads the other day. And some of us who are exceptionally spoiled with drinking whiskeys, we're just used to drinking 20, 25, 30-year-old whiskeys on a daily basis. That's not what this calendar is all about, you see. I mean, it's all about the journey, the adventure, trying different things. Keep in mind, not everybody like myself, my mates that hang out in the shop, you guys out there in TV land, you don't get a chance to try a lot of these whiskeys. So it's really cool to have something like this, have whiskeys from all over the different world. From Sweden to Canada to America to Taiwan, all over the show, obviously America, Scotland as well. But we had the Wolfburn, the newest distillery there in Islay, the newest distillery in Scotland, way up there in the north. Lovely little whiskey. We've had distilleries that you just don't get a chance to talk about very often. Fettercan comes to mind. We've had some very cool blends, some battings, all different kinds of crazy things. So that's the whole point of the Advent calendar, something like this. It's just all about trying some different things. And to be fair, they've done a very good job in including a bunch of different stuff. Some of it's not been my favorite, some of it won't be your favorite. We'll differ on many different whiskeys, but that's the whole point. No one's got the same palates. I like certain things, my mates like certain things, you guys like certain things. It's all about the journey, and it's all about introducing people like yourselves out there in TV land to different kinds of whiskeys, whether it's a blend, whether it's a whiskey from another country, or whether it's our basic whiskeys that we're used to drinking every day, like a Dalmore 12, which that was in here, a Glengoyne 12, many of those things like that. So I just hope you hadn't missed the point, and I hope I haven't, sometimes I'll bang on about certain whiskeys and such, but again, I always try to say it's my opinion only, and everybody out there needs to have your own opinion. And also, before I open this, it being the last day, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do a broadcast of the House of Whiskey Live next week or not. Certainly try. But if not, what I'd like to do is actually thank everyone out there, all my mates, everybody that helps me out in the shop, everyone. A shop like this, a specialized shop like this, that you only sell whiskey. I can't make this thing run on my own. It's about all you guys out there, and especially all my mates that help me out. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I just couldn't do it on my own. And I appreciate all the support we've got. We're in our 6th year now, and so I just want to say thank you very much for all the help that you give me. So enough of that. Let's jump in. Our final whiskey, which is, so this is what we look like so far. So we've just got that last little whiskey. Even my little blind eyes can find that one. Day 24. I can't believe it's the last whiskey. The time is kind of going by pretty quick. My poor little wee daughter, she's been asking, when's Christmas? When's Christmas? When's Santa coming? When's Santa coming? Well, Santa will be coming tonight. All right, so let's see what we've got here. The very last day. I'll set that next to Darth along with the scissors, and we shall see. We have blended whiskey. The Half Century Blend Batch 1, aged over 50 years, 45.5%. Sweet Jesus. So that's how you end on a good note. So you see, we've got the Half Century, a 50-year-old. And you know dang good and well I'm not going to save any for Nigel or Kid or anyone. I just might as well just dump that whole thing in my glass, right? No, just joking. Just joking. Darth and I will knock this on back, and we'll save a wee bit for the lads. That seems too fair. So, let's see what we've got. Not bad. That's not a bad way to finish. I can't say I'm halfway surprised, because we did, I think it was Kit who's brought those calendars in. I think he was saying that eventually you'll wind up with a 50-year-old. So, of course, you're not going to put the 50-year-old in there too early. So the day before Christmas would be great. So let's see what we got on those 50 years. It doesn't give me too much information, like where it's from or who's put it out. I tell you what, though, that's a lovely little spicy, rich nose. Very, very nice color too. So it did say blend, not batching. So there's some grain in here, quite sweet, quite rich, thick. Not very oily. You can smell the age though. You know, anytime you get a whiskey that's that old, blend or not, you get that nice little dusty smell that really gives it that age, and it feels like an old closet or something. Just it's a very unique smell. It's like once you crack 30 years old or something. I don't know what it does, but it has a different smell. Actually, there's quite a bit of nuts in there. Unusual. Ooh, nice, soft. A little bit of butterscotch. But it's getting more nutty as I go. Wow, that's very interesting. Like salted nuts. All right, let's see what we got. Wow. You know, for a blend, normally a blend can hide the alcohol quite well because you've got so many different whiskeys in there. In this case, the 45.5, 45.9, or what are we talking? Yeah, 45.5. It actually feels a bit warmer than that. You know, if I was blinded on this, I'd say 48. You know, it feels a little bit more than 45. There's a bit of pop in there, which is lovely. And had I been smart, I probably would have brought the water over here so we could have tested with a bit of water. But since I have not, and I'm too lazy to get up, I actually do want to taste this because this is the first thing I've had in my palate this morning. I want to taste it again. Now that my palate's adjusted a little bit to that alcohol, I want to kind of see where it goes now. Still quite nutty. That's very interesting. I would be very curious to know what the dominant whiskey is in there. That's a lovely, lovely little nose. I don't feel like there's any Islay whiskeys in here. There's no smoke per se, but not to say there couldn't be something in there, because once you get 50 years old, the smoke really has just almost disappeared. You know, I've tried some older Ardbegs, and you just hardly get it, Kalilas and such, and it's about after 30, 35 years you can hardly pick that smoke up. But I'd really like that nose. Wow, I would really wonder what the dominant whiskey would be in there. That's got a great little mouthfeel to it, but still, I'm still feeling a bit of heat on my palate there. So it feels like I say, it definitely feels like it's more than 45.5%. But wow, just a great coating mouthfeel. Not a lot of grain in there. I'm not getting that super drying sensation that normally you'll get when you've got quite a bit of grain, 70 and 80%. And like if you guys, the Johnny Walker drinkers out there, well over 80% of grain in your blacks and your reds and such. Of course, nothing in the famous little 15-year-old Johnny Walker green. No grain at all. No grain in the green. Yeah, I just figured that out on my own. All right, 50-year-old blend today. Absolutely amazing on the nose. Lovely, beautiful little nutty nose. Cragganmore or something in there. I would love to find out what that dominant whiskey is. It's bloody brilliant. Very, very nice whiskey to end the whole Advent calendar. Day 24. We've had 24 days. Our pour calendar has been open every single day now. Always something new, always something different. We've been all over the world. We've had blends, we've had vatings, we've had single malts, single grains, 50-year-old whiskeys, 21-year-old whiskeys, 3-year-old whiskeys. So we've had it all. And again, that's the whole point of this calendar. So as far as I know it, the youngest would have been the 3-year-old Wolfburn. Well, and the reason we say that is the distillery is only 3 years old, so it has to be at least 3 years old. And then right up to just here, our 50-year-old blend, and then in the middle we had the 16-year-old Lagavulin, 21-year-old Glenfarclas. A lot of amazing, amazing little whiskeys, a lot of fun whiskeys. And I would venture to say most of you guys out there in whiskey land, I would say if you're lucky, you've actually tried half of these whiskeys, but for the most part, I'd say most people only tried about 65, 70% of these whiskeys, or no, 30, 35% of these whiskeys, sorry. So a lot of room to investigate and check out and experience new and different styles of whiskeys. So from me, once again, thank you everybody out there, House Whiskey customers and people that support us on our live videos, Nigel and myself doing our Wednesday videos, and all our followers on the Advent calendar. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope everyone has a very safe and Merry Christmas and we will see you in the new year. Maybe I'll get a chance to squeeze in a House of Whiskey next week. We'll see. But be safe, enjoy, and for me, Sam at the House of Whiskey, thank you, and have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Sláinte, boys and girls.